Fictional places once believed to be real. Exploring the world around us is a never-ending adventure. From the depths of the ocean to the impenetrable jungles of the rainforest to the ancient ruins buried under tons of earth, there are still many things left to discover, even today, with the added technological advantages of radar, drones, and satellite imagery. So it's understandable why people in the past were much more uncertain about the lands and kingdoms supposedly located far, far away. The Isle of Demons. It is said that around 1542, a French noblewoman named Marguerite de la Roque joined a voyage led by her uncle, Jean-François de la Roque de Roberval, traveling from France to the New World. During the journey, she began a romantic affair with one of the sailors and became pregnant with his child, something which her uncle found shameful and appalling. To punish her, Roberval marooned Marguerite, her lover, and her handmaid Damienne on an island known as the Isle of Demons. Most other ships steered clear of this landmass as they believed it was inhabited by evil spirits. Many sailors reported hearing strange noises whenever they ventured too close. Then, the baby was born but died soon after. The lover and the handmaid also perished, leaving Marguerite to survive on her own by hunting wild animals. She lived alone on the island for about 2 years before being rescued by a passing ship and brought back to France. As for the Isle of Demons, it simply disappeared off the maps around the mid-17th century after it was there for over 100 years. There's definitely no island where it is located on older maps. Still, at the same time, Marguerite didn't live on an invisible island for a couple of years. Nowadays, it has been proposed that she was stranded either on Quirpon Island or Harrington Harbour off the northeastern coast of Canada. Crocker Land. Crocker Land was an island reported to exist north of Canada's Ellesmere Island during the early 20th century. Its existence was accepted based on the testimony of a single-man Arctic explorer Robert Peary, who claimed to have spotted it during a failed expedition to reach the North Pole in 1906. He named it Crocker Land after one of his principal backers, George Crocker. It's possible that Peary was genuinely mistaken, falling victim to a mirage known as a Fata Morgana, or it could be that he understood who buttered his bread and was simply angling for more money. Either way, the existence of Crocker Land did have actual real-life stakes, as it could be the deciding factor in determining who was the first to reach the North Pole. In 1909, Peary claimed he was the man who achieved this feat, but, at the same time, so did another guy named Frederick Cook. Cook asserted that he traveled where Crocker Land was supposed to be and saw no such island. This meant that one of them was lying, and one could surmise that whoever was lying about Crocker Land was also lying about reaching the North Pole. An independent expedition set off in 1913 to prove or disprove the existence of the island. Ultimately, they disproved it, although everyone still tended to believe Peary over Cook. For a while, at least, because later, people concluded that they were probably both lying. Zerzura. In 1843, British Egyptologist John Gardner Wilkinson wrote, 5 or 6 days west of the road to Farafret is another oasis, called Wadi Zerzura, about the size of the oasis Purva, abounding in palms, with springs, and some ruins of uncertain date. It was discovered about 20 years ago by an Arab while in search of a stray camel, and from seeing the footsteps of men and sheep, he supposed it to be inhabited. And just like that, a hunt began for the lost oasis of Zerzura. Unlike many entries on this list, both the alleged existence and the search for Zerzura occurred in modern times. Although there were older references to the oasis, it was Wilkinson's account that spurred the explorers who came after him to go deep into the Sahara, looking for the mythical city. The most famous expedition was the one from 1929 led by Laszlo Almasi, a Hungarian aviator who served as the protagonist in The English Patient. Almasi led an expedition in 1932 and discovered Wadi Tal, supposedly one of the 3 valleys of Zerzura. The other 2 valleys were discovered by another expedition led by a husband and wife team, the Claytons, as well as an aerial exploration conducted by colleagues of Almasi. Whether these findings were actually the lost city of Zerzura is uncertain. That's all for today's video. Make sure to subscribe to our channel for more videos like this.